And we welcome you back to very warm, muggy Rebel Field in Troy on this Military Appreciation Night. Rebels win at 41-6, our first win in the Kevin Goldtrin era here at Levine Central High School. Coach, congratulations on that. Before we get into the game, I know this was very near and dear to your heart. What we had in pregame, I know both you and your wife's dad served in the military. I have a brother that served in the military. Talk about the atmosphere tonight. I tell you what, when the Vaughn family came down in a helicopter, there wasn't too many dry eyes up here. I don't think there were too many dry eyes in the house.
I like to think of myself as a big man football coach. That doesn't show much emotion, but when they show the branches of government and respect each one, and my dad stood up, I just about lost it. It was very special, and I try to explain that to kids how special it is, and then we just play football. How can you not give 100% on the football field when these people are giving their lives?
Coach, I know you wanted to address the discipline from last week to this week. I know in the first half I saw you get very animated down there. I think you challenged your defense. I'm pretty sure that was talked about at halftime, even though you had the shutout. You saw the kids come out a little more fire there in that third quarter because, as we talked about earlier in the week, Frayser's got some athletes out there, and they were getting out on those flanks on the outside and providing some problems, although they had some discipline problems themselves with a lot of big gainers called back due to penalties.
Yeah, we at halftime we just explained to them, said, hey, we got to go 100%. We got to play just as hard as we did in the first half because them at 50% speed still faster than us. So we had to make sure we were disciplined in what we did. And we actually subbed a lot of guys today. Bryce Warner's having some illness problems we're trying to get fixed. He didn't play. He's a two-way starter for us. Dax Simpson didn't play. We were able to rest a few guys, but still maintain the intensity. So that shows in practice those guys getting those extra reps on those 2s and 3s coming in there. They still wanted to shut out very, very badly. They slipped through there, through the fingertips there at the end, but very proud of the guys.
Camden Napper, of course, we didn't know 2 or 3 weeks ago when he would play this season. He was in there last week, 4 picks tonight, 2 of them returned for scores. You scored a lot off your defense tonight, your 3rd now defensive touchdown of the year.
What they do offensively, even though they have the speed, it kind of plays to our defensive advantage. When we play Huntington, we can't slant our linemen and blitz guys. They're foot-to-foot splits. It does no good to blitz that. It just gets you hurt. From here on out, we have some big linemen, but we also have athletic big linemen. So we're able to slant and blitz off the edge and blitz up the middle. You saw Brett Jackson make a great blitz up the middle and make a big-time play earlier. And because of that, on 3rd down, Coach Lamb's able to go call a defense. He's not limited to what he can do, and he takes advantage of it.
I thought Blaine Hanks, in substituting for Simpson tonight, made some big plays for you there as well. You mentioned Jackson, some of the others, some of your reserves had some big games tonight. Kirk, your big guy, got out there late, and we just threw a lot of names out there and says, these guys, we didn't talk about much last week. We're seeing more depth now this week.
We are, and they're stepping up a little bit, and they're getting their opportunity, and we'll watch film and evaluate it from there. But those guys that never know when the name's called. Some of those guys you talked about are seniors, and probably should have been starting a long time ago, but didn't work hard enough in the offseason. Some of those guys like Blaine Hanks is a sophomore, some kid that we're really looking forward to having for the next 3 years.
I was kidding. I saw Blake Burner up here. I said, way to go, Speedy, on that little keeper around the end. He faked this out initially. It was a great play call. He had it open. Of course, Blake's not going to win a lot of track meets, but the little stiff arm freed him up about 33 yards and a nice way to cap the night.
And he did well on that one, but I can remember the first one where he decides to try to juke a kid and he just tackle it. I wish he would have just dropped the shoulder then, but we talked to him. He does really good faking on that boot play. He's one of the best fakes probably in high school that I've seen in a while. Problem is, he's no John Elway. I try to talk to him about being John Elway, and I forget how old I am and how young the kids are. I guess I have no idea who that is.
John who? You may have to start with Tom Brady.
I guess you're probably right.
Coach, almost 300 yards of offense we had you with tonight. Ben Jones, 122 and that long touchdown run. And again, one of your more athletic kids. We talked about it last week. He can break a big one just at any time.
He sure can. And the counter play we thought was going to be really good for us. And it was. We got a turnover and interception, and immediately Coach Mark Jackson called a great play call on the counter for 6. That was a long touchdown that he had. We thought counter could go, and our guards did a much better job of kicking out on the counter. We've been really bad at that since day one, and we rep it. I think it finally clicked tonight a little bit.
You see they're getting more and more comfortable with this offense. You know it's going to take time, but the time is now because Dyersburg comes in here next week. That's the first district game, and nothing against these kids at Frayser, but we'll see a whole different animal next week.
That's no lie. It's a different beast altogether, and it doesn't get any easier on our schedule, that's for sure. So we're going to take this win, go back to work, and Dyersburg, of course, is going to be one of our toughest games of the year. There's no doubt on that, so we'll see how we match up.
Coach, on a very special night, congratulations again on your win, your first win here at Levine Central, hopefully the first of many. And we'll see you back here next week, back at home. Hopefully we'll see a big crowd out here for Dyersburg next week.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.